Hello guys, in this video we have yet another kit review and it's the brand new Mosquito from Special Hobby. Now they've released this with a couple of boxings in one hit and I thought I would go for the Night Fighter Mark 30 or the Night Predator offering and yeah, to see what this is all about. So starting with the box art, that is really quite impressive, very colourful, exciting, and straight away from the box art we can see we've got multiple different decal options and we can see those on the side as well. So yeah, good stuff to start with. Let's dive into the box. Inside the box then we have our instructions booklet. We have a huge bag of all the bits. Well, let's start with what's inside this bag of bits. So first off we have our decal sheet and we'll have a look at those in a bit more detail in a moment. We have our clear parts sprue and straight away we can see some bulge bomb bays for reconnaissance. We've got the bomb aimers perspex and we have 3 different canopy options. So there's definitely going to be lots of options to choose from with these Mosquito kits. So we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 sprues. Let's start with the wings to see what we are dealing with in terms of the quality of this tooling. And as you can see, that looks really nice. You've got some cabling there and a little bit of riveting in the appropriate areas, and obviously being a wooden wonder, the rest of that is not riveted. Here's the upper surface of the wing, and again that looks really crisp and really nicely detailed. Let's have a look then at the fuselage and the engine cowlings. So again, nice crisp tooling. And yeah, looking very good. Flip that over on the inside and you can see there's a bit of detail there on what will be the bomb bay and in the wheel arches. Let's just take a look at a couple more of the sprues just to get an idea of the level of detail. So here we have some interior areas and you can see that's very nice and crisp, and on the undercarriage as well, that all looks really quite nice. And if we have a look at this area here, you can see the instrument panel there looking very nice and detailed. Bearing in mind we're talking 1/72 scale here. And we've got the engine panels on the cowling and the tyre tread and wheel details. So yeah, that is looking really quite nice. Let's turn our attention to the instruction booklet then. So you can see you've got details about the aircraft in English and Czech on the front cover. And then we have our sprue maps with lots of different options that are not used for this particular one. An indication of how Special Hobby are going with multiple different marks, different boxings, and yeah, you're going to have a lot of additions to your spare parts. But as you would expect, we start with the cockpit area, and also this is the bomb bay section, so the frame of the interior section all coming together quite nicely there. Got the seat, the instrument panel, and you can see this is the Night Predator version, and we have the radar created there. It's a nice touch. Then we're building, and then that comes together with the fuselage half, and then they come together. So pretty standard, really. Nothing innovative there. Then we have the belly sections going on. So we've got the closed bomb bay doors and the guns there. We have a separate rudder piece. Now that's quite a nice touch. I like that. Tail wheel. Then we've got 3 different pieces depending on which scheme we're going for on the tail there. So that's really nicely called out. Then we're working on the wings and then the undercarriage. Now I like that the undercarriage is separate. With the Tamiya kit, you build that as part of the wing construction, and it doesn't make weathering easy. So I like that this is separate. However, I take that back because it looks like you insert them here and then build the engine cowlings around the undercarriage. Yes, you do. So that might be a problem for weathering, because you run the risk of breaking these parts off while you're sanding this seam here. But obviously 2025 tooling, we shouldn't need to do too much sanding, if any. What I do like, this is a really good touch, we've got the option of flaps and elevators all separate, so we can have them up and down. So that is a marked improvement on the Airfix and Tamiya offerings. And I think what I'll probably do actually is a kit comparison, because there's 3 very different kits there, all pretty good, but it'll be good to see the difference between the 3. But yeah, then the propellers go on, canopy, radar dome, elevators, and then the external fuel tanks. So relatively simple and straightforward construction, nice and clear. And then we have our different scheme options. So here is the box art offering, the Night Fighter black underside and the green and grey, the red numbering, or lettering I should say. Then we have this Belgian offering, and that's quite a unique scheme. Then we have the grey and green offering there, and there's a few of those options. You can see we've got another 2, so all very similar at first glance, but obviously we've got this one, Polish Air Force here. So yeah, a little bit of difference. And then we have this American option. And then on the back inside cover, you can see the long range reconnaissance version, which is very similar to the Airfix one. So these 2 here come with the latest Airfix boxing, and yeah, you can see that looks pretty good. So I'm expecting a lot more of these boxings from Special Hobby, and again, you've got some more stuff that is coming in the future. Last but not least then, it's time to have a look at the Decal sheet. Now these were printed in the Czech Republic. And you can see they don't look half bad actually. I've never had any issues with Special Hobby decals before. Hobby Boss decals, I have had problems with those, but not Special Hobby. So yeah, I don't see any issues with those at all. Well, there you have it then, a brand new Mosquito kit from Special Hobby. Now, initially I thought, I don't think we really need another Mosquito kit. However, having seen Special Hobby's offering, I think this is now going to be a single point of call for Mosquito kits. It looks like they're going to do all the different options, and yeah, watch out for some more boxings. Hope this has been useful, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.